There are moments when silence becomes too heavy to carry, when lies echo too loud to ignore. This was one of those moments. In what's already being called her most shocking and most soul-bearing interview to date, Meghan Markle stepped forward not to lash out, not to cause scandal, but to speak truth into a space long filled with distortion. And what did she reveal? Not a troubled marriage, not the bitter end of a royal fairy tale, but a woman still in love. A woman still fighting for her peace, her family, and her name. Meghan Markle's recent interview wasn't a dramatic exposé. Instead, it was a masterclass in restraint and dignity, a conversation that unfolded with a gentle, unwavering confidence. In a world where interviews often become battlegrounds for controversy and sensational headlines, Meghan chose a different path. She sat with a calm presence, her hands resting quietly in her lap, her demeanour radiating a sense of inner peace and self-assurance. There was no rush to defend, no urge to retaliate, just a quiet strength that spoke volumes without ever raising her voice. It was a study in quiet strength. Meghan's approach was not about making bold declarations or dramatic revelations. Instead, she allowed her authenticity to shine through in the subtlety of her words and the calmness of her tone. She listened intently, responded thoughtfully, and never lost sight of her own truth, even when faced with difficult questions. Her quiet confidence was evident in every gesture, every pause, and every carefully chosen word. She spoke with measured words, her composure a stark contrast to the sensationalism that often surrounds her. While the world may expect drama, Meghan offered something far more powerful: grace under pressure. Her responses were deliberate, never rushed, and always rooted in honesty. She didn't shy away from addressing rumours or misunderstandings, but she did so with a gentle clarity that left no room for hostility or resentment. There was no malice, no bitterness, just a woman calmly setting the record straight. Meghan's words were not weapons, but bridges, inviting understanding rather than fueling division. She spoke openly about her experiences, acknowledging challenges without letting them define her. Her ability to remain composed, even when discussing deeply personal topics, was a testament to her resilience and maturity. She spoke of her love for her husband, her children, her life away from the spotlight. In these moments, her voice softened, revealing the deep affection and gratitude she feels for her family. She described the simple joys of everyday life: shared laughter, quiet evenings at home, and the comfort of being surrounded by loved ones. These glimpses into her private world painted a picture of a woman who values connection and cherishes the bonds that ground her. It was a refreshing reminder that behind the headlines lies a real family, living a real life. Away from the glare of cameras and the noise of public opinion, Meghan and her family are simply people, navigating the ups and downs of life with love, humour, and resilience. Her interview was not just about setting the record straight. It was about reclaiming her narrative and reminding us all of the quiet power that comes from speaking with authenticity and heart. The rumours of a failing marriage have been swirling for months, whispers of discord, of separation, of an imminent split. Meghan addressed these rumours head-on, not with anger, but with a simple affirmation of love. Their bond, she stated, is strong. They face these challenges together, united in their commitment to each other and their family. It was a powerful reminder that love, true and steadfast, can weather any storm. The situation with Samantha Markle is a sad one. Family estrangement is never easy, but to see it played out so publicly is, well, disheartening. Meghan owes nothing to this woman who claims kinship yet seems intent on profiting from her connection. It's a tale as old as time, opportunism disguised as concern. Meghan addressed it with grace, stating simply that she wishes her half-sister well, but refuses to engage in the drama. Angela Levin, the biographer, seems to have appointed herself judge, jury, and executioner in the case of Meghan Markle. Her commentary goes beyond journalistic observation and, honestly, veers into the territory of obsession. It's easy to criticize, to tear down, to find fault from the sidelines. True courage lies in building someone up, in celebrating their successes, in offering a hand instead of a harsh word. What struck me most about Meghan's interview was her grace. She could have easily responded with anger, with bitterness, with a desire to settle scores. Instead, she chose dignity. She refused to be drawn into the muck, choosing instead to rise above the fray. It was a powerful reminder that in the face of adversity, we always have a choice: to meet negativity with negativity or to respond with grace. In a world saturated with judgment, with negativity, where it often feels like criticism is the default language and compassion is in short supply, we find ourselves surrounded by voices that are quick to point out flaws and slow to offer understanding. Every day as we move through crowded streets or scroll through endless feeds, we are bombarded by opinions, many of which are harsh, dismissive, or even cruel. It can be easy to get swept up in this tide of negativity, to forget that every person we encounter is fighting their own battles, carrying their own burdens, and hoping for a little bit of kindness. With a constant need to tear others down, to compete, to judge, we sometimes lose sight of our shared humanity. Heated debates, online arguments, and the relentless cycle of criticism can make the world feel colder, more divided, and less forgiving. The pressure to conform, to be perfect, or to never make mistakes can weigh heavily on us all. Yet in the midst of all this, we could all learn from Meghan Markle's example. Despite facing intense scrutiny and relentless headlines, she continues to show warmth, resilience, and a commitment to kindness. Her actions remind us that it is possible to rise above negativity, to respond to criticism not with anger but with grace and empathy. She demonstrates that true strength lies in compassion, and that even small gestures of kindness can have a profound impact. Let us choose empathy over judgment, understanding over condemnation. Imagine a world where, instead of rushing to criticize, we pause to listen, to support, and to uplift one another. When we approach others with open hearts and open minds, we create space for healing, for growth, and for genuine connection. Empathy allows us to see beyond our differences and recognize the common threads that bind us all. Let us remember that behind the headlines, behind the rumors, behind every sensational story that grabs our attention, there are real people involved. The stories we read and the gossip we hear often only scratch the surface, missing the deeper truths and the real emotions at play. Behind the carefully constructed narratives, behind every article and every viral post, are individuals whose lives are shaped by the words we choose to share and the judgments we make. The media may craft stories for attention, but we have the power to look beyond the surface and seek understanding. Lie real people with real lives, real feelings, and real stories. Each person we encounter is more than just a headline or a rumor. They are someone's friend, someone's family, someone's hope. When we choose kindness, when we offer love instead of judgment, we honor the humanity in others and in ourselves. Let us choose kindness. Let us choose love. For in the end, it is truth and love that will prevail. No matter how loud the noise of negativity becomes, it is the quiet acts of compassion, the moments of understanding, and the courage to be kind that will shape a better world for us all. So, Samantha. Maybe take a seat and reflect on what family actually means. And Angela, perhaps a moment of silence would be more dignified than the endless stream of half-baked royal insights. Meghan's not perfect, no one is, but she's trying, she's thriving, and she refuses to let your bitterness define her truth. To Meghan and Harry, may you continue to rise, continue to love, and continue to walk in purpose, because no matter how loud the noise, truth whispers louder.